Kia ora. This is just a quick bookshelf tour of my small bookshelf that's in the space where I film. So these are mostly novels, and there's some organization, but not a ton outside of separating the Penguin classics from the rest. So we'll start off with the top shelf, and we have a bunch of Discworld novels. Then Alexander Dumas Jr., James Joyce Dubliners, The Hobbit, some old library books, or just some old books I've picked up secondhand. So some of these are old library copies, and other ones are secondhand bookshops finds. So we have A Modern Utopia by H.G. Wells, A Sailor's Garland, which is a collection of sailor poetry and songs, some non-fiction, some random non-fiction. I don't quite know what that is. Samuel Butler. I think I just found it. The Book of Dust by Philip Pullman. I haven't read The Book of Dust, but I really enjoyed his Dark Materials. Some Chekhov short stories and Milton's poetical works. So this is Paradise Lost and Paradise Regained and some other works. Then there's some Haruki Murakami. So we've got Novelist as a Vocation, Wind Up Bird Chronicle, First Person Singular, Dance Dance, Norwegian Wood, and A Wild Sheep Chase. I haven't read all of these, but I've read a decent amount of them, quite like Murakami's work. Then we have Venomous Lumpsucker, some modern Japanese short stories. So more meaning the modern period rather than contemporary stories. And some poetry by Longfellow, and then Gardens of the Moon by Steve Erickson. And then if we go down, we have some more books. I'm just going to quickly skim over these. Thomas Mann, The Magic Mountain, Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka, some Shakespeare, some Tanizaki. Then we've got Lanark and some Yeats, some Emerson, A Christmas Carol, Catherine Mansfield, famous New Zealand writer, Hyperion, Endurance. What else have we got? A collection of fiction, New Zealand fiction, The Gunslinger, The Way of Kings, the works of Walt Whitman, 1984, Neuromancer, I think it's Siddhartha, and in the corner we have Magician and Snow Crash. And there's some other eclectic things in there. Oh yeah, there's Waiting for Godot somewhere. And then Penguins. So this is mostly just classic works and Penguin published things, among some other things. We have Crime and Punishment. Not a Penguin edition, but yeah, some plays. The Sound and the Fury, Beyond Good and Evil, The Iliad, The Brothers Karamazov, Inferno. We've got 2 copies of that. One's the cloth bound, and one's the black spined classics. We have Beowulf, Hesiod, all of the Divine Comedy, all of Faust, 3 Gothic novels, Gulliver's Travels, Metamorphosis again, but this one also contains the collection of short stories. The Republic, The Prose Edda, Remembrance of Things Past by Marcel Proust, Kokoro, and Thus Spoke Zarathustra. And then we have the modern classics. So we have collection of non-fiction writing by Italo Calvino, Finnegan's Wake, some non-fiction by Michel Foucault, The Age of Reason by Jean-Paul Sartre, and then we have some more Soseki with Botchan, Ulysses Unbound. I have Ulysses in a different room. The Dispossessed by Ursula K. Le Guin. That Penguin English Library one is Oscar Wilde. Then we have some Janet Frame, 100 Years of Solitude, The Book of Disquiet, and A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man. And then on the bottom shelf, which is quite low down, we have Harry Potter, a random volume of Tokyo Ghoul, a random Game of Thrones. I've got the rest in my room. 7 basic plots, a cyberpunk novel. Let's see. Some Cicero. Wheel of Time, Book 3. And some non-fiction, If Nietzsche Was an Owl. Some more Discworld novels, and the Terry Pratchett biography. And we have Illuminations by Alan Moore. Gardens. Oh no, another Stephen Erickson. And a book of English prose. A book about simulations, and some China Miéville to cap it off. So that's the bookshelf. It's a pretty quick look at it. There's some other books on here that I didn't mention, but those are the main ones. Okay, cheers.